may not have a lifeguard there or something. You don't really need a lifeguard over here because there's no waves and there's no wind and there's no people.
Yeah.
But it's completely open to the public, but you have to drive up the west side.
Okay.
Feel those little bumps right there?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Barely.
We'll see how
Yeah.
bad. I don't think they're going to get too bad for you, but we'll see. Usually it's really gnarly over here, and it's not dangerous, but it's not fun.
Right.
But even if we only go a little ways and we see this water, look at that.
Oh, the colors. I was just going to comment that it's just...
Yeah, it doesn't look real. It's so
incredible.
pretty, and I've been flying here for 20 years, and I still look at that and go, wow.
Yeah.
Now, there's a military area that I can actually see on my phone. It's crazy what you can pull on your phone. But that's our little blue air, that little thing, that's you and me.
Okay.
And I can't go over too close, but we don't need to see it. And if there's any whales over here, we're going to see them better than over there, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's so calm.
Yep. I'm going to change my radio frequency, and we'll keep cruising along. That's just a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. So that's getting on your video, but when we go back the other way, I'll take some pictures.
Nice.
Now, this side of the island is actually very, very famous for dolphins. So much so that there's a little mini industry out of Waianae Harbor. It's the northernmost harbor. And at Waianae, they'll bring you up on a boat. You can see all these boats coming up here. A number of them are snorkeling and dolphin tours. And they bring you up here, and they'll find a pod of dolphins, and they make you wear a flotation device. But the water's like a bathtub here. There's no energy. They put you in the water, and it's about 80 degrees, and the dolphins swim right by you. It's really cool. It's called dolphin excursions. And look where...
They're wild dolphins.
They're wild dolphins.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know if you'll have time this trip, but it's nice to know about the west side of our island.
Yes.
That beach is Makua Beach. The valley is owned by the Army, and the local Hawaiians and residents of Hawaii that might not be native Hawaiians fight the military shooting it up because it's such a pretty valley. We don't want a bunch of bombs going off in there. So nothing much has happened there in the 20 years I've been here, but they'll train in there, they'll do a little running and maneuvers, but they're not blowing it up as much as they have other places.
Right.
I'm gonna do a little turn here so we can get a picture with all of this.
Those dolphins down there, they're circling.
Those look like dolphins.
I say those aren't people.
Those are either dolphins or the people looking for dolphins.
Right.
All right, give me a smile, girl. And these light little bumps aren't bothering you?
No,
okay, cool.
Not at all.
All right, keep coming. Even though we don't have great light on us, these are going to be really nice pictures. And we'll probably get whacked once or twice with some pretty good bumps, but we're only going to go here a little further and then we'll go back.
Okay. No, I'm fine.
And I figured if we're going to see a whale, it's probably more likely over here. There's a lot of boats out today, even for a Saturday. It's almost like they have a fishing trip. They're doing some kind of a fishing contest.
Yeah.
So on a normal day, see how that parking lot's empty?
Yeah.
On a normal day, you could drive all the way to there. They're making everybody park there, but there's people on the beach, so the beach is not closed. So I don't know if you'll have time on this trip to come up here, but they're going to see these pictures when we get back to the hangar. Give me a smile. Nice. These are my two favorite beaches, and then on the card that we give out to our people that fly with us, it lists the beach around the corner, which is called Makaha. And that's where there's a little town. It's actually a famous little surfing break when there are waves. The problem is there's generally no waves, but that's really nice if you're not a surfer.
Right. That's ideal.
Look at how nice this is.
That's so pretty.
And people will ask me, well, is the snorkeling good? And I go, well, snorkeling is not a fish activity. Snorkeling is a human activity.
Yeah.
And I like smooth water. And this is the smoothest water. And there's fish everywhere. There's turtles everywhere. There's whales everywhere. But if I was a dolphin, I'd want to be here. And that's where they tend to hang out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that you can see snorkeling. Now look over here at this beach. It's something from the air that's really, really clear to see. See all the cars parked down there?
Yep.
They're either going to park at the south end or the north end, and you walk in. But on the south end, look at the coral. It kind of comes out here, and then to the left of it, see how it's kind of a green-blue?
Yeah.
That's because it's sand. So you can walk right in the water and not even deal with coral.
Nice. Yeah, nice and open.
Yep. All right. So now we're going to go back to the North Shore, but give me a smile over here. And now you've seen the west side. And the worst news is, if you go to Yokohama Bay, you got to walk in. Who cares?
Right.
And I don't know why they're doing it, but I assume, for whatever reason, they've decided not to put a lifeguard over there.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. That's kind of crazy. It's an outdoor activity.
I know.
Maybe there's another reason. I don't know what's going on, but I can see the parking lot is empty. But hopefully the parking lot bathrooms, these are the only bathrooms for miles.
Oh.
So
Yeah, hopefully they're not full.
hopefully they're being taken care of and they're not closed. All this chop is because the wind coming in off the ocean over there is chopping up the water, but it's not chopping up the air because it's traveling over a smooth surface. Then it hits the mountain and it goes up and tumbles over here. And that's why we're in bumpy air. The other side is smooth because the air is coming this way.
Right.
So how do you think Michelle's going to like this?
She's more nervous than me.
All right.
I wasn't really nervous. I know this is nothing.
Probably won't bring her over to this side because just these little bumps are. We don't have to do this, and we can even shorten her flight if she's real nervous. We do a 30-minute flight.
She's doing okay.
All right.
I think.
It's ironic, but I can tell you with 100% certainty that the safest activity that you're going to do, based on 20 years of doing it, is this activity.
Right.
I don't know whatever else you've done, but driving here was not safe.
Right.
What's really funny is people actually think of what I do, and they think it's really crazy and daring, and oh my God, I can't believe you do it for a living. And I can't believe people ride a bike right next to the highway over here. I look at them and I go, are you guys aware of what you're doing? You're riding a bicycle next to cars going 60 miles an hour
Right.
that are not paying attention, and they're occupied by this thing called a human. And in general, they're not that impressive a species. They make a lot of mistakes, and all they have to do is be texting, and they can kill you.
Yeah. And it takes a split second.
But up here, there's not a lot to run into, girl.
No.
And we got gravity. It'll bring us down to a good landing area. That's why we're up high, so we can glide to a good landing area. Now, see how we're getting out near where the mountain stops?
Yeah.
And the air is smoother? See how it's a little smoother right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
It's because back there, it's tumbling over the mountain. Out here, it's not because we're right near the edge. So all the
so
way
it
as you go
goes-
around, it should be real smooth as we go around the point. So tough.
Yeah. Yeah. The closest thing I've ever done was parasailing, and this is nowhere near that. But
Parasailing is a cool thing, worth doing
peaceful.
once. This you could do all your life like I am, and
Yeah.
there's always different things that happen every day.
yeah.
That's crazy, but yeah, parasailing takes guts for people because just getting in the sky seems dangerous.
Right.
It's the only place we haven't ruined as human beings. The land
True.
and the sea is
Yeah.
way more dangerous.
Very true.
So it's been real funny. Like when I don't know if you got a chance to see any of the videos, but you will while your sister flies. But my other job is filming high-end skydiving scenes for movies, like James Bond movies,
Oh, yeah.
Point Break and Terminal Velocity. Big skydiving movies, Mountain Dew commercials, all kinds of things like that. So I have two aerial jobs, and I've got paid as a stuntman because I'm skydiving and I'm filming like they do when you do a tandem skydive, but not with GoPros, with
Right.
really big cameras. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm a skilled camera operator and a skydiver and a stunt coordinator. And when I'm doing that, they think it's super, 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 super dangerous. My friends that are stuntmen are lighting themselves on fire. Okay, that's dangerous. Okay, crashing cars, jumping out of
Jumping up a building,
5-story buildings.
Right.
All right, but I get paid more because it's in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, I always tell them it's so dangerous. Yeah, because we get a stunt adjustment based on the danger levels. You go, oh, it's super dangerous. All right, let's go ahead and put your hands up here for a couple pictures. Let's get a couple here. Smile. I'm going to come around. I'm going to raise the nose, but keep your hands on the bar and try to get a little bit of sunlight on this if we can. Nice. And then look, you can see the entire west coast.
Yeah. Wow.
And again, the air is smooth here because we're not behind the mountain. It is disrupting the airflow like a rock in a stream. It's smooth and then it's bumpy on the backside.
Yep.
Right? So out here, we're flying in the air that's just coming off the smooth water. And there's a splash there, but I don't know if that's a boat or not because there was a boat headed towards that whale. Out here, I fly higher than I fly anywhere else. Those look like two whales right there. I'm almost certain those are whales. So we'll go out there a little bit and check them out.
Okay.
Now they have a lot of white on the bottom of them And the white,
For the Gulf Falls, 2.8, bigger than.
the white through the Hawaiian water will look as electric blue as the water. It's really crazy. So if you're out there, if you're looking out there and all of a sudden you see something that looks like the swept back wings of a big jet, but it looks neon blue, that's the pectoral fins of the whale.
Yeah.
So that'll help us spot them. But what's nice, if we happen to see any whales out this way, because the landing areas on the shore are acceptable, will be lower. See how there's no landing area out here?
Right.
So I see daily pilots that are either just completely oblivious or don't really appreciate the situation, but they fly around here so low that if they have an engine problem, that gravity is not going to be their friend. Gravity is going to bring them to a horrible crash.
Right.
All right.
The rocks.
Gravity right now is going to bring us to the airport, not even just the big fat beach. It's going to bring us to the airport because we have a 7-to-1 glide going forward. The wind is really, really light today. All the wind you feel is because we're going 70 miles an hour.
Right.
The wind in the sky, if you were in a hot air balloon, you'd be moving, but not very fast. So we don't have a big headwind to fight like a salmon swimming upstream. And right now we're at almost 3,000 feet, and we have a 7-to-1 glide. So if you multiply 3,000 by 7, that's 21,000 feet. That's not quite, that's right around 4 miles, okay? The center of the airport from the point is 2.5.
Mike,
Okay.
1,700 feet, how are you looking
You can easily make it at Big Fat Beach or the runway. Now, look up there, that whole mountain range. Our wind hits the mountain, it goes up, it gets cold, it turns into a cloud, and it makes rain. That's a rain manufacturing plant to the
Yes.
point that it rains 200 to 300 inches a year up there, more
Wow.
than Minnesota.
Yes.
Even though this is
Sure.
beautiful green, it's only green for 2 months out of the year. This is a desert. Rains 20 inches a year here.
Crazy.
Yeah, give me a smile. Come back the other way. So it's the prettiest time of year in Hawaii because even the dry spots, the whole west side of every Hawaiian island has cactus. Because our wind is brought to us, our rain is brought to us by the wind mostly. Most storms don't come to us like you get a storm in Minnesota. We're too far away and we're too small. Most storms just miss us if they happen to come out here.
Yeah.
So the reason why I know that the entire island would be a desert if air didn't get colder as it went up and turned into a cloud. You should look at any flat island we have and they're deserts because they can't push the wind up.
Right.
There's a little tiny